So a lot of people ask, how long does it take to become a profitable trader? And I've been saying for a long time, because I've experienced it myself, that becoming profitable doesn't take that much time. What takes time is the time you waste in it. So in general cases, you might plan things that you want to do in a week, and it only takes like a day and a half to do of really work. But then you take a week to do it. And that's the same thing with trading. So the action individually don't take much time. But the time you waste not doing the right thing or doing random stuff is what takes a long time. And so I want to share with you guys today how you can become profitable in 12 months. This is pretty much what I took to become profitable myself. But I want to make it clear that the first 2 years of my trading were kind of random stuff. And I didn't really know what to do. But if you only put this aside and take only the part where I put in the work properly and I learned from different people, it's not that long. Only like about 12 months. And I'm pretty sure if you apply the tip I'll share with you today, you can do this in like pretty much 6 months or 6 to 12 months. Something of that sort. But you have to put in the work. So in all that experience and all the things I've been working on these past years, I came up with this kind of 5-part framework. Those are things that you have to apply. And the best student that came from the Disaster State Academy put all of this in place. And they got result. The ones that didn't get much result, they didn't put this in place. And they expected that only one thing, learning a strategy for example, would fix everything, which doesn't work. So I want to go through those 5 parts, and this is going to be kind of an overview. Take this as a checklist to see whether you do things right or not. And later on in future videos, we'll go through each of them so you can apply more and concentrate more and be more focused in each part. But for now, I prefer to kind of have an overview of things to apply. And so let's jump right into the first one. Pretty much the first thing I did when I didn't know what to do in trading to become profitable is I started to surround myself with more traders. And this has to go with relationship. Now, whatever your goal is right now, you need to find the right people that are going to help you reach that goal. And that's going to vary a lot based on what you want to achieve. Even in like trading, there's a lot of different things you can do. So you can trade for the people, you can travel and trade and have a kind of cool lifestyle. You can day trade for yourself all day if you want. There's a bunch of different ways, but find people that can help you reach that goal. And that of course is going to be different for everyone, right? It's going to be a different person, different types of people. But as soon as you create a relationship, and we see this in the academy, like the best student that achieves their goals, they've been through the mastermind group, they've been chatting with different people, they've been exchanging messages, coming up with ideas, testing their ideas with other people. And I think that's how people really get forward. Like the ones that don't get any result, they get in one month, they leave the other. It's because they didn't even like do the work to create relationships, talk with other people. They expected that only themselves, as this one person, could become profitable. And that usually doesn't work that well. And by the way, these relationships, when you need capital later on to trade, are very powerful. Just gonna let you know that. That's the first step. The second step, once you have this, people all want to have consistent result. They all say, oh, I want to be consistently profitable. I want to be able to wake up every day, make money in the market, come back home and have this cool, really nice lifestyle. But they forget that what matters most in this game is you being consistent. Like I see very few people that do the same thing all the time. And even though people say they're consistent, I see very few people that actually are. That actually repeat the same routines every day, do the same thing all the time. And show up every day. Like that's a really underrated skill. But the consistent people, I believe, get much more ahead than the one that only talk about consistency or brag about showing up every day when they don't really show up, or they show up only half the time. For me, that was not really like going all in consistently all the time. But that started with only like one thing, which was only every single Sunday morning I would go back, take an hour to just review all my trades, review my stats, go through everything, just to kind of keep track of what I was doing. And that was kind of the first consistent action. At that time I was not like exactly perfect in my trading. I would make some mistakes sometimes, although fewer than before. But just this action, like going back all the time, makes you more consistent. And when you're consistent in one thing, it kind of applies to the other thing after. It kind of spread out fast. So you might do one thing, but then the other ones kind of follow. And the more consistency you have, the more you're inclined to be more consistent in other places. Just start with one thing you're going to be consistent on, and then do that. And then when you get that really deep down working right, apply another one. And then just move forward with the other ones. And that is how you get consistency over time. Now, in alignment with this, here's another thing I believe that people don't do right. You've all heard before the principle that you should test your strategy, you should test your plan. That only few people do. But there's one more thing you can push it like even further, which is like even more powerful. Is you wanna, yes, test the strategy, but look at the small detail here. You wanna test it with other traders, which means that you wanna talk with other traders, ask them what they think, what their opinion is, and kind of if they trade the same way, what would they do, and what would they look at in that case. And I've gotten so many ideas out of that, talking to traders, telling them what I do. Sometimes they will tell me first what they do. It doesn't really matter. But then the point is like try to see what they do, what you do, what you can take from them, and like try to apply a little bit, tweak, and then try that. Like that is powerful. So at first I thought I would be able to trade only Bollinger Band set up by themselves, like just like that. And that was kind of a first draft of trading strategy. And then I hired a coach a few years back. This was like 3 years ago. And that coach said like, well, this is good, but you have to look at the environment, the context around that strategy. Otherwise the drawdowns would be big, and that's not really what you want to have. So he showed me how to use this context around the strategy, what to look for, the zones, the market phase, and applying that, I think was a big game changer, because I didn't think about this before. I had no clue that this even existed in the past. But applying this and using it made a big difference. And I'm glad that I didn't just take the coach and just tell him like, oh, teach me about the market, teach me about how to trade. Because I would have forgot that sometimes you cannot apply just what you think you can apply. You have to apply what is missing. And that people can tell you only if they know what you do now. And they will have insights on how you can become better. And again, here, don't go with this in a taking mindset of like, oh, I want to take from you, like, show me how you do things, show me this, show me that. It's not how this works. You go with a mindset of like being open and you giving value as well. So that's important. Like I see so many people that just want to get, like teach me, show me this, show me that, tell me how you do this, and that doesn't work. Like I want to answer those people because like I know they're just taking all the time, and in the end they probably won't even apply, which is not that good. Alright, so go with the giving mindset, but test your strategy with other traders. See if that makes sense to apply, and then use that to make your trading better. Hope that one makes sense. It's like a huge game changer in trading. Now the fourth aspect that you need to apply has to do with kind of how you manage your money, but who would call this money mindset? When I started to trade myself, I had a kind of a problem, and like most people, with the fact that I wanted to make money from this. I wanted to be able to make a living right away quickly from this, to maybe prove other people I would be able to do it, or maybe just be able to have the lifestyle I wanted at that time. And that I realized a few years later that it wouldn't be really how you do things, and that if you were to be coming from a mindset of scarcity, that things would just be harder and tougher and more difficult, and your goals in the end would take longer to achieve. Now you have to come to trading with the mindset of doing it, but not for the money, not to get money quickly, and not because you want to have a lifestyle, but more because you love it, more because you understand the process, and you are willing to go through the process. If not, it's going to be tougher, and you're putting your odds of succeeding way to the lower side, and it's not a good thing. So I had to work myself on kind of making money outside trading as well. And at that time I had a different business. I was also working in different companies, which would help me generate money. And I think that money you generate from outside trading is useful, because you can apply to trading and you feel less scarcity, less need to make money trading, because you have other monies on the side. And that's what I think helps a lot. And eventually, once you get that money from some other place, you want to have a way to make more money. So save money, manage your money well, not spend it all in one place or one thing or different things even, but accumulate the money. Because you get a good feeling of safety when you have money that you accumulate and that you earn. And it's not about like only making money fast trading. It's about you have a lot of money on the side and you don't have to worry too much about money. It's just a matter of like trading, and that makes money, but you don't feel like you have to make money faster from trading. And that really helps. So I did a video a few months ago about how to manage your money well, how to grow even your small account. You have a small account now. So go watch it. It's going to be linked below and here in the corner. Really useful stuff. And I got this from Jim Rohn first, but that worked for me really well. So you might want to check this out. So that is it for part 4. Now there's one last part which I want to kind of touch on here that's really important. And that has to do with the mindset also. I'm the type of person who kind of, if I work on something really hard, I want this thing to work. And if it doesn't work, I'll probably be disappointed quite a lot. And that and trading doesn't align really well. Especially when you say you backtest something and the results are not that good or as expected, or when you have a series of losing trades. You don't want to be disappointed because of that. And it's kind of natural to be disappointed, in fact. Like, you cannot do otherwise sometimes. But you have to learn to kind of just see the events, understand that the events are there, understand that maybe you lost money in the past, and just say, well, that's fine, it doesn't really matter, I'll make it work. And you cannot just focus on the past. If you focus only on the past, you stay in the past. But if you stay future focused, and you think about your vision, what you want to achieve, and you really like work on that, not just like think, oh, I'll be successful, but you work on that too. That is where your mindset changes, because you're not attached to the past anymore. You're not attached to the losses or the bad events. You sort of have to understand, and I don't know if it's going to sound weird, but you have to understand that things happen for a reason. And that if you lost money or if you had a losing streak, maybe it's just going to help you move forward, help you build your strength, help you work on your weaknesses. And if you see it that way, so automatically it's more positive, it's better. And you feel better. You don't feel like you're a victim, but you feel like things are moving forward. Even though they don't seem like it, but they are. And that is a powerful mindset to have. So instead of seeing yourself as a bad trader, as someone who's not good in trading, see yourself as the opposite, as like you're in progression, you're moving forward, you're achieving your goals. Even though it doesn't seem like it, but you have to be careful of looking at also what you work on, and whether you really work on something, whether you really move forward. Because it's too easy, I think, to think that you work on something sometimes, but then you don't. Then you just waste time. And you don't want to be like that, because that's not good at all. So understand that you have to put in the work, but understand that if things fail, it's not the end of the world, and that you will still move forward, because you are that type of person. And you have to be that type of person who moves forward all the time by putting in the work and achieving your goals. And eventually you will achieve your goals. So guys, hope that makes sense. They're kind of taking me outside now because they want to do the cleaning stuff in the room. But comment below with your thoughts on this. What is the one thing you want to apply the most? Like there's 5 here. Pick one, apply it, work on that. Then work on the other ones. And that being said, now we'll go through the day. In the morning, I tend to work quite a lot, at least a good 2-3 hours. So I'm gonna head to a coffee shop right now. I found a good one 2 days ago, just by accident. I was walking and I saw this place in the middle of nowhere. So I tried to go back there. It's pretty cool. They have air conditioning, which is much easier to work. And I'll do some work there. So let's head there right away. So I'm pretty happy I found back the place. Quite easy to find. Right in front of a bus terminal, but let's get some work done. Now the next step of the day consists of finding a restaurant for lunch. That's a good part of the day. But I found a burger place. I didn't eat much stuff or Mexican food lately. So why not a good burger? I'll try to find that place. It's close by. And we'll have a look at that burger place. Okay, so that looks quite reasonable, and price is also pretty good. Nothing fancy, but that's a good burger. So the food was good, but the service was extremely good, pretty well, awesome. I was surprised, so the guys started talking to me quite a lot, and one guy came from Venezuela, started to talk about that a little bit. That's cool. He saw my YouTube channel and stuff, was super happy, so awesome. You guys can check it out if you come here. It's called 3XL Burger, I believe. Worth it. And for people wondering about the cost and the fact that travel is expensive, this only costed 155 Mexican pesos, which is about $7. It's pretty good. Now my next step consists of heading to the beach and maybe working a little bit more. Just before arriving to the beach, you get to cross the 5th Avenue, which is like the most touristic place ever of Playa del Carmen. A lot of sellers and stores and stuff in touristic place, which I'm not a fan of. It gets like really tiring walking here. But now let's head to the beach for real. Been walking here for a bit of time. Now I have to step to Walmart quickly, get some fruits, and head back to the apartment for a call.